Has anyone ever noticed that there's just no happiness on the left? They're not happy. They're not happy people, and for good reason. Thank you very much.
I keep seeing watermelons in people's bios and next to their names, and I just don't understand it. Like, what could it even mean? Is BLM 2 here?
No one but white men will ever take you seriously. Hi, white men. I love you guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 5th episode of Go Boom Live. We're in this. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you so much. Love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Love that intro. I try. It's fun. Yes, for sure. Okay, all right. I did address this earlier. I know it's going to show up in chat and stuff about Nick Rekieta. Prayers for Nick Rekieta. I agree. If you guys don't know what's going on with that, yeah, I don't really want to be gossiping or anything, but it definitely looks like he's going through some stuff. And so please keep him and his family in your prayers. That's the thing I want to stress for everybody is that no matter where you are in your life, no matter whether you're battling with addiction, if you're battling with any sort of sin in your life that you can't let go of, anything like that, it's not too late for you. It's not. You might think you've hit rock bottom and that you can never bounce back from anything, but you can. The first place to start is to seek Jesus, and you can bounce back from anything. And so, yeah, praying for Nick and his family that, that during these times that they will be able to bounce back. But anyway, let me get started with the first super chat of the day. Tony Morrow's Ruthless Vendetta against Hollywood with the 199 says, seeing Furiosa, Hollywood is still my number one enemy. All right, interesting. Well, let us know what you think. I know IGN gave Furiosa like a 10 out of 10, which to me, that's not the most promising thing, if I'm being brutally honest. I feel like if IGN's giving it a 10, that's very sus to me about it actually being good. I don't trust IGN. It's like whatever IGN says is probably the opposite for me. Let's see. Mina Bukowski with the $1 Rumble rant says, hi, lovely. Thank you, Mina. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday night, going into the 3-day weekend right now. So let's go ahead and get started on some topics a little bit. It's been a crazy day. My goodness. The drama. Well, it was from yesterday too, but I'm just like, whatever. I was kind of unplugged yesterday, so I didn't notice as much. But my goodness. Like, oh, okay. The drama was real. I don't give a crap. Also, I'm drinking Diet Coke. I hate Diet Coke. I like Diet Dr. Pepper. But yeah, I don't know why I'm drinking this. I don't like it. All right. Wait, are you not on YouTube? Is it? Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Yeah, see, I've got YouTube chat right now. If anybody's asking, I am on YouTube at Melanie Mac Go Boom on YouTube. Also streaming on X right now at Melanie Mac and on Rumble at Melanie Mac. Yeah, it's working. I see chat. Oh my gosh, but the good news is my subreddit didn't my subreddit get banned or deleted? That is the best news all freaking week, bro. I don't know when it happened, but apparently it did. I've checked that subreddit like twice. It got banned. Hold on. Yeah, it got banned. Does anybody know the tea with that? Like, did somebody report it or something or what? I don't even know who was running it. You had a subreddit. I did. I wasn't running it. It was mostly what's a subreddit? Oh gosh, you don't want to know. So Reddit, this like online community, and there's different subreddits for different things. Now it could be good if you wanted to. I mean, there's a ton of degeneracy on Reddit, but if it's just like, oh, for example, there's pretty much anything you can think of. Let me join an Assassin's Creed subreddit, and then this is where it's like message boards almost. Well, there was a Melanie Mac subreddit. I don't know who started it. But anyway, Melanie Mac subreddit, and oh my goodness, oh, it was full of the creepiest weirdos imaginable. I've only checked it like twice, and it felt so violating that I quit checking it because most of what it was a bunch of pervs on there posting AI art of me, AI pornography, trying to using my face on it and all that stuff, and it was disgusting. And so then there were also a bunch of people who like were hate posting about me. So just hate following me there. Which is really weird. Or like watching my biggest haters who watch every little thing I do and post on there to talk about it, make up some insane, crazy rumors. It was just a big degen pit, right? But yeah, apparently it's been brought to my attention that my subreddit got deleted or banned or whatever. I don't know how it works over there, but I'm like, oh, thank goodness, because that was just gross. People posting weird AI art. And then people would be on Twitter and be like, and post the pictures from that subreddit. Melanie, oh my goodness, is this really you? And it would be like a girl with triple D boobs. And it's like, do you really think for a second that's me? Really? Okay, weird. But yeah. Yeah, it was gross. But yeah, I'm glad it's gone. Let's see. We've got Tony Morrow with the 199 says about Hollywood, they'll never be safe ever. Bye. Push-ups with the $5 super chat says, if there is time, let's clarify Ephesians 5:22 through 33 for pearly things. Okay, I don't really know what Pearl was saying about that. I don't personally take Pearl serious. Like, that's why I don't even talk about her that much. I don't yeah, because I think a lot of it is she doesn't know what she's talking about, especially in terms of Christianity and all that. And I don't know. I think for her, she's just saying stuff. I don't even think she believes it. All right, let me pull this up and we'll go over that. Let's go over this passage. Present, share screen. All right, so this is what we want to pull up. Push-ups per request on his super chat says, let's clarify. We put this on the screen so you know what we're talking about. Let's clarify Ephesians 5:22 through 33 for pearly things. All right, so what it says here is, for wives, this means to submit to your husbands as to the Lord. For a husband is the head of his wife, as Christ is the head of the church. He is the savior of his body, the church. As the church submits to Christ, so you wives should submit to your husbands in everything. For husbands, this means love your wives just as Christ loved the church. He gave up his life for her. to make her holy and clean, washed by the cleansing of God's word. He did this to present her to himself as a glorious church without a spot or wrinkle or any other blemish. Instead, she will be holy and without fault. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as they love their own bodies. For a man who loves his wife actually shows love for himself. No one hates his own body, but feeds and cares for it, just as Christ cares for the church, and we are members of his body. As the scriptures say, a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. This is a great mystery, but it is an illustration of the way Christ and the church are one. So again, I say, each man must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. I don't know what Pearl said on her thing, but yeah, none of this, what God tells us here in his word, with all of this, none of it is, oh, I don't know what context she put on there. I don't know. So I can't really like I'll just say it's all like, yeah, women should submit to their husbands. Women are the weaker vessel, but it's the husband's responsibility to love his wife as Christ loved the church, and that's a lot of responsibility. God puts a lot of responsibility on men. That's why the whole people who think that the Bible is sexist and this, that, and the other, gigantic wrong. I mean, there's a lot of responsibility on the man. So let's see. She was going after Chrissy Mayer for a buzzer beater baby. What does that even mean? And talking about Christian women shouldn't be correcting their husbands on faith matters. Pearl doesn't know what she's talking about. That's like, I don't know. I think anybody looking for any type of relationship advice in general, anyway, you don't want to. Why would you go to someone for relationship advice who isn't married? Like, that's my thing on that. I'm not making I don't make my channel about telling people. My channel isn't based around telling people how to be a husband or a wife, because I mean, first of all, I'm single, so, but also it's just like, I don't know. It's just weird. Go to your church. Yeah, go to the church for advice. Look in the Bible yourself. I just think going to influencers to shape your entire view on dating culture, especially an influencer who's not married, not in a long-term happy marriage. Why? It is very weird. All right, Berta with the $5 super chat says, "Hey Melanie, here. Hold on, we'll get to the next topic here in a minute. I'm here to spread the gospel of retro gaming. Have you ever played Sega Master System?" I have not. I had a Sega Genesis, but yeah, not Sega Master System. I'm all about the good old retro gaming though. Thank you so much for that $5. We got Dragon Dan with a $5 super chat. Says, "Hi Mel, been watching Job on your Bible channel. I for sure relate to him, except I was never rich or my own family didn't suffer as much either." My goodness, talk about suffering and persevering. Job is a great encouraging book of the Bible to read. Thank you so much. Justin Lingle Stone Raider 4 Last Revelation became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. We've got Terry Bogard with a $5 super chat. Says, "I am a fan of you, Melanie, and God comes first. I adore this, but your comments about Shane Davis and EVS in regards to Eric July were ignorant." Well, thank you for the support, Terry. I'm not trying to get involved in all kinds of drama. First of all, I don't know why people keep saying I'm trying to cancel Shane Davis. Shane Davis's name didn't even ever come out of my mouth at any point. but for some reason he's saying I'm trying to cancel him, which is absolutely not the case. I'm not trying to cancel anybody, but all I'm saying on my observations on what's been going on is Ethan has been gossiping about people who are supposed to be his friends left and right for the past few months now. I think it's feminine behavior, and I think it just looks like jealous little girl behavior. That's all I have to say about it. Not trying to cancel him, not trying to wish bad for him. I hope that he does well in life. I hope that he can be friends with everybody he's burned bridges with. But yeah, I think he's been acting weird lately. In terms of whatever that clip was circulating, I don't even know, don't even care. I'm just seeing from what I saw on the sidelines, he's burned bridges with Geeks and Gamers. He's burned bridges with FNT. He's burned bridges with Eric July. He's dropping private messages that were going on back and forth. And I just think that's incredibly gay. That's my take on it. Wish nothing but the best for him, though. Maniac Mutilator became a member on YouTube. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the thing is if people are going to be causing drama within their friendship space, at some point it's like, okay, there's a common denominator here. And that's what I see with this situation. I don't give a crap about anything else but what I'm observing here. And that is just a bunch of feminine behavior. And I just think it's weird. And I don't know, again, hope nothing but the best for him. But yeah. Doug with a $5 super chat says, buzzer beater baby is when you have a baby when you're older while you still can't. So she was mad that Chrissy had a baby in her 30s. Is that it? Dude, you can't win with these fake red pill peeps. I don't even like to call it red pill because to me it's not even really red pill to say this, where it's just like, oh, yeah, you hit the wall after 25. Women hit the wall after 25. You're not going to be able to have a kid, blah, blah, blah. Well, then when a woman in her 30s has a kid, then it's like, oh, you should have had them when you were younger. Just shut all the way up. Shut all the way up. Mind your own business. Freaking disaffected scientist with a $2 super chat says, said it before. We'll say it again. Mel is a Jude 553 woman. Let's see. Wait. There isn't. Did you mean Jude or am I missing something? Jude? Am I missing something? Because I can't find that verse. Yeah, it's like, it does. Oh, judges. It's like, wait, is this making sense? I haven't read Jude in a long time, but all right. Judges 553. Wait, there is no 50 verse 53. What am I missing? I don't know, hon. Thank you, though. I can't. There is no verse 53 in Judges. Unless I'm, wait, Judges 5? There's only 31. Hold on, I'm seeing if they fix it in chat, but I don't see it. Okay, if we get clarification, that would be great. Thank you. True Pop Culture 7 with the 199 says, hey, Mel, what are your favorite biblical stories? I mean, I'm really inspired by Joshua. His obedience to God was amazing. He was on his mission and he did it. So I'm always very inspired by Joshua. Moses as well, just because like Moses did not like he kind of had to be a babysitter for the Israelites in a way, and he was not enjoying it, but he pushed through anyway. So he wasn't perfect, but nobody is. But man, he pushed through. 953. Let's see. Judges 9:53. And a certain woman cast a piece of a millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. That was amazing. Was Abimelech that tyrant of he? So yeah, a woman threw a millstone down from like this tower thing, and it landed on his head and crushed his skull. And he told his like armor bearer boy to kill him so that they wouldn't know that a woman killed him. But alas, there it is, immortalized in the Bible. Everybody still knows. It's hilarious. All right. Bredicus with the $2 super chat says, God bless. You are sweetheart. You are amazing. Thank you so much. God bless you. Push-ups with the $2 says, she just bangs on about the submitting part. Yeah, that's the thing, is some people focus so much on the submitting part without addressing how the husband is supposed to act in the matter as well. So yeah. Brett with a $10 super chat says, Tomb Raider Remaster physical is out. Limited run. Gonna get it? Absolutely freaking not. I'm not gonna get it. Do you know that limited run games that they fired Carol Lynn, who now works for the Rippaverse, because she followed libs of TikTok, and some wildebeest in a wig, Troon, reported her and got her fired. So no, I won't support anything limited run games does, not even for something like this. And people are like, oh yeah, you say you're not going to buy anything from limited run games. Wait until they do something Tomb Raider. Well, they did it and I ain't buying it. So yeah, I'm standing on business on this. Nick Brown with the $4.99 says, I also think as you get older, you don't have time to waste on meaningless relationships or casual hookups. People shouldn't be wasting time on those things regardless of age. You should never. I don't care if you're freaking 19 years old. You should not have time to be wasting on meaningless relationships or casual hookups. It's not healthy, regardless of age. LV Thor with the $5 super chat says, how long have you been saved and what's your biggest struggle as a Christian? I grew up in a Christian household, so it's always been a huge part of my life, but then I spent a couple years to a few years kind of trying to rebel from it. And then I came back to it. I mean, it was a progression thing, because in my early 20s or my mid 20s, that's when it kind of started, where it was like, okay, I'm still a Christian, but I didn't want to believe certain things in the Bible. I still wanted to make excuses for people and all that, trying to be an ally for people, this, that, and the other. And slowly that turned into me then rebelling against my faith altogether. Then I came back to it like 2019-ish I would say it was around 2019 when I first like privately came back to my faith and all that. Again, man, at that point I was like, oh, I'm going to be a Christian, but on my own terms. So I wasn't in the right mindset of, okay, hey, Bible, no matter what, everything it says is truth and all that. So it definitely was I had to go through a baby Christian phase all over again and grow my faith all over again. But yeah, what is my biggest struggle as a Christian? I think the hardest thing about being a Christian is that it does feel isolating, because so narrow is the path to heaven. And most people in the world aren't on that path. Even a ton of people who call themselves a Christian aren't living it. I've been there before too, where I wasn't living it. So that is the hardest part for me about being a Bible-believing, living Christian, is that sometimes you just feel alone on that path, or there's very few people who are also on that path too. So it can be isolating feeling, but it's worth it. It's the truth, and I know it's the truth. But yeah, it's still tough. It can still be tough. So being a Christian isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and I don't want to give that impression to people, because sometimes people think, oh, that's how you can witness to people, is tell them that once they find Jesus, that everything is going to be perfect and that their life's going to be so happy. And oh, look, I'm just so happy now and I used to not be. But that's not how it is for a lot of Christians. And you even read in the Bible, look at King David and the things he was writing in Psalms and all that. Christians go through troubles, Christians go through hard times. That's part of being a Christian. And it's not easy. It is not easy at all to stay on the straight and narrow, but it's important. You didn't answer his question. Are you saved? I did answer his question. I said that I came back to my faith in 2019. So yes, I am saved. How did that not answer his question? But yeah, we suffer. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing is that's part of it. It's part of being a Christian is we will have to go through some hardships and the world will hate you. If the world doesn't hate you and if you're getting a bunch of approval from the world as a Christian, then I would do some soul searching because you probably aren't all I'm saying is if you're pushing, like if you're a Bible believing Christian and you're sharing the word of God and you're not conforming, then the world will hate you. That's just normal. So anyway, let's continue. Disaffected scientist says this world is too corrupted by Coomer mentality. I swear this whole Coomer brain thing has corrupted the world massively. It was this whole, don't kink shame and all this bringing kinks into the open that now we've got all these 800 million genders and sexualities and things that aren't real. It's degeneracy. It's sin. But people are putting it as their identity now. They're putting their sin as an identity, which is, I've gone on this discussion so many times. But yeah, it's this whole, the Coomer mentality, the whole, let me feed every whim, every desire, every physical desire I have. That's causing a bunch of problems in society. Bird Up with the $10 super chat says Sega Master System was very underrated and it's one of my favorite game consoles. I recommend checking it out. A lot of the games are unique to the console and are really good. Thank you. We got Terry Bogar with another $5 says Saska Sisters. Okay. Eric July hyped him up and employs him knowing this. Will you call him out about this, support him in this? That's the thing is a lot of people keep trying to cancel the Saska sisters for things from their past and this, that, and the other. I don't give a crap about their past. It does not affect me or bother me at all. And I think Eric July can hire whoever he wants to. I'm not going to cancel people for their past. And Eric is very, when it comes to what I've seen from what he's doing with the Rippaverse and all that is he's hiring people not based on their political backgrounds or anything like that. So, yeah, I have nothing but respect for Eric July. Thunder Turtle with the $9.99 says, could you still work in the gaming industry as a Bible-believing Christian promoting things you don't believe in? No, I absolutely would not. If, I'm already blacklisted from stuff anyway, but if at some capacity they want to be back and they're just like, oh, you have to be quiet about the Bible and this, that, and the other, I wouldn't do it. No. All right, Akbar Go Boom with the $2 super chat says, I simp, therefore I simp. Thank you so much. We've got Jesse Aaron with the $5 super chat says, keep preaching the full counsel of God. You perfect soldier in Christ. Jesus Christ promises his children will be hated by the majority. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Some of this. Aren't you a Christian? Yes. Saska are Satanists, right? I don't think so. I know I'm pretty sure I saw a tweet of them saying that they were Christians not long ago. But whether or not they are, it's none of my business. It has nothing to do with the comics. Like if I'm only going to associate with Christians who are on the straight and narrow and I don't associate with other people in any capacity, then I would associate with hardly anyone. So, yeah, that's one of those things that, where's your super chat? Did you send one? I don't see it. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's not showing up for me. If you sent it, make sure it went through. They dabble in dark arts. Okay, then pray for them. What do you expect me to do? We should pray for them then. All right, so let me make sure I didn't miss anything on the Rumble side. And then we'll actually get into a topic. All right, we've got Unit 285 with the $1 Rumble rant says, "Hey, good evening. Hi." Poor Tradesman with the $10 Rumble rant says, "Purely for the Jeep fund and totally not for a rant originally meant for Jeremy." Thank you. Yes, apparently I have a Jeep fund now because I want a Jeep Gladiator. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you so much. I was considering looking at one this week, but I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to? I'm really cheap, so I'm all about saving as much money as possible. So we'll see. Mina, again with the $2 Rumble rants. Troons are narcissistic crybabies who want to ruin anyone's lives, who won't feed into their bullcrap delusions. I swear it's just gotten way out of control. Jared Haynes with the $1 Rumble rant says, "How are you doing, Mel? Any PS2/PS3 games you bought recently? I've been building up my game collection also." The most recent one I bought was like last month or something. And I got Eon Flux on PS2. So Mel is too frugal with money to get a Gladiator. I know, usually it's like I keep talking myself out of it. 16-bit mascot says, "It's fine, Mel. You're a nice girl. I just ... You guys got to realize we see things differently. I don't pray, by the way." Well, if you don't have Jesus in your heart, then perhaps it's easier for you just to hold things against people. I would encourage you to seek Jesus and be able to forgive people just as Christ can forgive you. None of us are perfect, and none of us have a perfect past. That's just reality. So, yeah. Max with the CA 279 says, "Here, upgrade the Jeep to leather seats." All right. I've got $2 toward the leather seat Jeep fund. What are tombs? No, it said troons. Yeah. Let's just say Troon is a wildebeest in a wig. That's yeah. All right, so let's actually go ahead and get into a topic today. Let's share. I hope you guys can't hear I have Spotify going on in the background. Where is... Oh, okay. Yeah, if you guys can hear my music in the background, just let me know because I'll have to turn that off. It's demonetized. So, Ubisoft appears to confirm Assassin's Creed Shadows protagonist Yasuke and Noe are LGBTQ+. And this is all I could think about. I said, imagine being adapted into a video game long after your death and they make you or let's just say gay. Imagine that. It's like oh, that's your legacy. That's how people are going to be thinking about you. All right, so I wanted to read this. I didn't even read it, so I don't know. Oh my gosh, first let's get this Wombo super chat. Oh my goodness. Old Renaissance Boomer with the $49.99. Thank you so much for the Wombo. $50 super chat. I'm off work till June 3rd. Oh, yay. Tomorrow, 20 hours driving to Yellowstone and Grand Tetons will post photos. If you'd like copies, just let me know. Melanie, have a great weekend with the family. I think Proverbs 31:25 through 26 describes Mel. Hashtag be a boomer. Let's see. Proverbs 31:25 through 26. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Aw. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Oh, okay. We got JR with the $2 super chat says, will you sign my F-Slur merch at the Dallas meetup? I would love to. If you bring it there, I will sign it. I love it. Yeah, so guys, there is a Ripaverse and Friends meetup going on for Dallas Fan Expo. I will be there. Guys, please just, obviously, I know, Junior, you're cool. But I'm saying to everybody else who may be watching this, if there's someone on there, I'm really scared about announcing when I'm going to be in places after I had a stalker situation. I know 99.99% of you guys are really cool, like Junior here. But yeah, that was, yeah. So anybody who is considering going there with the intent of asking me on a date there, please don't do that. I would love to see as many of y'all as possible on a completely platonic, normal setting. So like I said, Junior's cool here. I know. I don't think hardly any of you. I don't think any of you watching at this moment would want to be a stalker. But just in case any weirdo stumbles on this, just yeah. Sheng Fu with the $2 super chat says, stay on the right path and guide the lost. I'm doing my best. Thank you. Beastly Gamer, there you go. With the $5 super chat says, have you ever heard of the Odin 2? It's the most amazing thing. I own every console, but it's the best. Please never stop preaching Jesus' words. Says, thank you so much. And no, Odin 2? Odin 2. Oh, it's a handheld. Oh, what? Is this kind of new or not? It is. That looks cool. Odin 2, the new generation ultimate gaming handheld Qualcomm Snapdragon. Okay, so I'm guessing you can probably do emulation stuff and all that. All right, cool. All right, hold on. Let me get these couple ones here. And then we've got a new member, Dark Obsidian. Thank you for becoming a member on YouTube. Ara Akbar Go Boom with the $2 says, I was born a thief. My pronouns are that's my house. Oh my gosh! Holy moly, another Wombo super chat from Raider with the $62.73. It says nothing. Thank you. You're amazing as always. Always so supportive. It plays everything. Oh my goodness. That sounds awesome. All right. I'm going to get to, oh my goodness. Let me get this other Wombo one and then I'll get Tomberry Master with another Wombo. $50. Thank you so much, Tomberry Master. Oh my goodness. Always so generous. Thank you. All right, let me get to this real quick. So, I didn't read all this, so I don't even know if it's gonna be a giant waste of time. But anyway, so excuse me. This is about the Assassin's Creed Shadows gay stuff. And he's like, oh, this is gonna get good. What will all the blaxploitation defenders think when they find out their precious empty vessel of a hero was one of Nobunga's butt boys? They'll still have to buy and like this product, or then they'll be bigots too. A page. Wait, so is this real? Was he actually? A page who also served as a sodomy. What? Partner for military commanders. During the Sengoku period, warlords kept the sons of their vassals or young relatives around them as umamawari horse guards to protect the general's horse. Also, during the Sengoku period, the relationship between warlords and pages developed in a unique way. Within this relationship of master and servant, warlords would come to favor their pages as partners and nanshoku, sexual love between men. And this act, known as shudo, male homosexuality between samurai, spread as a samurai pastime. The young boys who received the warlords in shudo were called wakashu, young men. And it was said that between the ages of 12 and 20 were mainly the partners in the warlord. Oh my lord. Oh no. Oh dear goodness. It is said that sexual relations between shoguns and pages existed since the Muromachi period, but by the Sengoku period, shudo has become so widespread that it spreads to the lower ranking samurai as well. Oh my gosh. Such relations between warlords and their pages had a significant influence on politics, and there were cases where a favored page rose to become a castle lord or daimyo. The pages supported the warlords in every way and must have had a strong relationship of trust. This system of pages spreads throughout the country during the Sengoku period, and by the time of the Edo period, it had become a common system in samurai society. Later, in the early Edo period, pages were added to the official ranks of the shogunate as guardians of the shogun. A similar system was adopted in various feudal domains, and pages were ordered to serve as attendants to their lord as menial errand boys under the pretext of guarding his lord in peacetime. They would stay close to their lord and perform menial tasks, and in wartime they would risk their lives to guard him. This was the main job of a page in the Edo period. Some domains also employed the position of Kosho Gashira, head page, who managed a large number of pages. Although he was a page who had been involved in sodomy with his master, in 1652, the first year of the Jew era, the shogunate issued a letter called Shudo no Gi. This memorandum states that it is forbidden to send letters to pageants and pressure them to engage in sodomy, and that they should not use the master-servant relationship to pressure boys into having relations with them. Oh my goodness. It is thought that the shogunate wanted to get rid of the culture of sodomy that was rooted in pageants in order to avoid mixing politics with sodomy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Maeda Toshi, who later became famous as a Sengoku warlord, also served Oda Nobunaga as a page. Of the 50 or so pages, the Oda clan, it is said that Maeda Toshi was a particularly favorite page. And Toshiyawa, one of the official historical documents of the Kaga domain, there is an episode that says that Oda Nobunaga had Maeda Toshi, who was still a page at the time, sleep next to him and keep it a secret. It is believed that Maeda Toshi, as a page, was on night watch, staying up all night. Furthermore, given that he was a treasured page, it cannot be ruled out that there was a sodomy relationship between the two. Maeda Toshi had achieved military exploits since he was a teenager, and there is no doubt that he was Oda Nobunaga's favorite among the Imperial Guards, which was made up of pages. Oh my. Please stop reading. Ignorance is bliss. My life was better before I read that. I will admit. Oh my gosh, we got another Wombo super chat from Andrew, $50. It's funny about Assassin's Creed. It was inspired after Tomb Raider and now it's following in its footsteps by being ruined by wokeness. I really loved the Assassin's Creed franchise, so I'm just as upset as you were for Tomb Raider. Such a bummer. I hate to see this kind of stuff happening. Sadly, Ubisoft is extremely woke, so oh my gosh, yeah. Uh, don't ever read that to Blabs. Oh, all right. All right, let me get to a couple more of these. Keep the blick on you when you go to the meetup from Dallas too, but I live at work law. Thank you. Big Al with the $10 super chat says, what did you think of the new Godzilla X Kong movie? I'll catch it this weekend. I was of the very unpopular opinion that I didn't like it. I know most people liked it though, so I hope that you like it. I did not. Terry Bogard with the $2 says, a scheduled Ripper meetup. This makes sense now, Swiss stars. Thank you, Terry, for the $2. Bird Up with the $5 super chat says, so basically Ubisoft respects Yasuke so much they made him a poofter. Well, yeah. Yeah, much love to Yasuke. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything on the Rumble side of things. Oh, hold on. I've got some Rumble rants. We have Lone Wolf with the $5 Rumble rant says, hi, Mel. You probably have already been asked this, but have you looked at Ghost of Tsushima? Yeah, I streamed it a bit when it first dropped. So, yeah, I was really having fun with it. I didn't beat it, though. Jeff Baggy with the $10 Rumble rant says, just showing you some love and support, Melanie. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. You're amazing. General Duality with the $2 Rumble rant says, I can't wait to meet you at the Dallas meetup. It's going to be a fun, busy weekend for me. Oh, yay. I can't wait. Thank you so much. Let me get a couple more of these, and then we'll get into some more topics. Sure call with the $5 says, keep reading up on this and you'll transform into Alyssa Marcanti. Wandering Paladin became a member on YouTube. Thank you so much. Yeah. No turning into Alyssa Marcanti for me, but I do pray that she can find Jesus. All right, let's I actually wanted to pull up this article and see what's going on with these claims of the Rainbow Yasuke. So we have from That Park Place, Ubisoft appears to confirm Assassin's Creed Shadows protagonist Yasuke and Naoi are LGBTQ+. All right, let's see what the tea is. Assassin's Creed Shadows developer Ubisoft appeared to confirm that the game's two main protagonists, Yasuke and Naoi, are LGBTQ+. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, they've made a bunch of gay options in the last couple games or so. I don't know about the last one. I didn't play that one. In a blog post on the company's website published on May 15th, the company declared Naoi and Yasuke's disparate personalities also lead them to have different relationships and rapports with other characters, and they don't always feel the same way about people, nor do people always feel the same way about them. This is another issue, though. If you're going with in this case, a real person, granted, they have kind of skewed who this person really was. But I digress. If you're going with an actual person, that's what makes this worse. The romancing options, the this, that, oh, let's make him gay type thing, because like that's disrespectful to the person that you are portraying. If you don't know, like, if you're just going to make up this lore for him and, oh, let's make him a homo, let's make him a bi or whatever, which is, yeah. Like, that's disrespectful to a real person that you don't know that about. It would just, yeah, it's insane to me. I don't know how this is I mean, wouldn't that be appropriation? I don't know the rules for the not me, but it's just like, okay, but someone wear a samurai costume who's white and oh no, appropriation, but here they want to take an actual person and make him gay without any evidence of him being so that I know of anyway. Okay. So next they discuss romance options. Romantically, they will also attract and be attracted to different types of people. Through the pair, players will get to experience a multitude of relationships. I think that that's been one I should say yeah, it's fun if video games gives you romance options sometimes, but I think they're entirely overrated and I think that most games would be better without that. I'm just going to be honest. I think I never got super into that except for a game like Harvest Moon. A game like Harvest Moon, then yeah, you're living your IRL day-to-day life. You're a farmer, you're this and that. So getting married in a Harvest Moon game makes a lot of sense. But to me, if I'm playing a game like Assassin's Creed, I'm not going to be all that invested in I just think that's kind of gay. I don't know. I think it's kind of gay. Oh, let's look at this romance stuff. It's just like it's not needed. It's Assassin's Creed. Why do you have to have romance options for Assassin's Creed? I just think it's really weird. I think they're overdone in a lot of games, and I hardly ever, I never was really big on participating in that kind of stuff in video games, unless, like I said, it was Harvest Moon. When I played, why am I forgetting the name of it? Oh, someone said Fable. Yeah, like with Fable, when I played Fable, I love Fable 2, 2 and 3. I didn't do no romance stuff in Fable. Had no desire to. I just thought, I just want to play the game. But yeah, even with I never I'm trying to think like why am I forgetting the name of that Dragon Age. I remember playing Dragon Age and I remember I was talking to Alistar, I think his name was, because I thought he was cute. So it's like, okay, I flirted a little bit, but I didn't even get anywhere with that in the game because it was like not important to me. But I don't know. I think that I don't know. I don't really get into those that much. The whole like adding romance side parts of the story. I don't know. That's not why I'd want to play Assassin's Creed, especially for gay stuff. This revelation comes amid Ubisoft contracting with Dartmouth Associate Professor Sachi Schmidt-Hori. Sachi Schmidt-Hori is an LGBTQ activist, surprise, with her biography on Dartmouth's website reading, I am interested in investing how gender, sexuality, corporeality, and power are represented and negotiated in pre-17th century Japanese narratives and illustrations. My first book, Tales of Idolized Boys, Male Love, and Medieval Japanese Narrative. Oh my gosh, this is so cringe. Oh my gosh. Buddhist priest and adult. Oh! Oh, I don't want to read that. Oh gosh. These tales challenge a host of normative and moral standards we academics especially internalize, including such as ideas as sexual orientation, transgenerational sex, and sexual agency. This is why I don't even subscribe to the sexual orientation thing. I don't subscribe to that. It's fake. Just like the whole concept of gender. It's fake. You have your biological sex. That's it. There is no separate gender to sex. You are male or female. That's it. Man or a woman, male or female, period. And then when it comes to sexual orientation, there's no such thing as a sexual orientation. There is God's design, which is male and female, and that's it. Everything else is kink. It isn't real. It continues, my current project is on the itinerary or on the literary representation of milk kinships in pre-17th Japanese tales, including the tale of Ochikubo, the tale of Genji, the tales of the Hiki. The website also reveals the classes she teaches: Introduction to Japanese Culture, Languages and Scripts of Gender, Class and Nation, Gender, Sexuality, and Power in Pre-Modern Japan. Dude, this is their expert for, oh, this is just getting, oh. What the crap? I'm just gonna read part of chat right now, see what you guys think of all this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Of note, the official description from the publisher of Tales of the Idolized Boys, Male Love in Medieval Japanese Narrative, University of Hawaii Press, reveals Schmidt-Hori calls for a shift in the hermeneutic strategies applied to Chigo and Chigo Monogatari, and puts forth both a nuanced historic historic how would historicization I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that, of social constructs such as gender, sexuality, age, and agency, and a mode of reading propelled by curiosity and introspection. Earlier in the description, it states Sachi Schmidt-Hori begins by delineating various dimensions of Chigo. The Chigo: title, personal names, gender, sexuality. Gosh, this is a lot. To show the complexity of this cultural construct, the Chigo as a triply liminal figure who is neither male nor female, child nor adult. See, oh gosh, this is getting, this is one reason why I do not subscribe to all this crap, all of this identity, sexual identity, this and that. It is a slippery slope. It keeps getting worse. It's not real. And then before you know it, you're starting to get into some, you'll get into some nope territory. A modern reception history of Chigo Monogatari follows, revealing, not surprisingly, that the tales have often been interpreted through cultural paradigms rooted in historical moments and worldviews far removed from the original. From the 1950s to 1980s, research on Chigo was hindered by widespread homophobic prejudice. More recently, aversions to the age gap in historical master-acolyte relations has prevented scholars from analyzing the religious and political messages underlying the genre. Along with Tales of Idolized Boys, Male Love in Medieval Japanese Narratives, Schmidt-Hori's other published works include Yoshitsune and the Gendered Transformations of Japan's Self-Image, The Erotic Family, Structures and Narratives of Milk Kinship in Pre-Modern Japanese Tales, and The Boy Who Lived, The Transfiguration, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, look, they got a quartering tweet. Not only has the company contracted with this radical LGBTQ plus activist who appears to be promoting transgenerational sex. Weird. An alleged internal document shared to social media by Jeremy Hambley, aka The Quartering, in April detailed, "We are proud to represent the diversity and inclusion that exists in society as part of our everyday work. Representation is part of our DNA and will remain that way regardless of external pressures or influences, blah, blah, blah." It concluded, Ubisoft firmly stands for diversity and inclusion in our workplace and our games, and we believe there's no room for hate in gaming. And they call anything, don't agree with this, don't agree with degenerate lifestyles is hating. Disagreeing with sin and not affirming sin is hate to them. Christ is king for eternity. Amen. All right. So Ubisoft has been melting down internally over criticism of their DEI efforts, quadruples down internally. We'll see how that plays out for them. As noted by Catholic Answers, homosexual behavior is sinful. Every human being is called to receive a gift of divine sonship, to become a child of God by grace. However, to receive this gift, we must reject sin, including homosexual behavior, that is, acts intended to arouse or stimulate a sexual response during a person of the same sex. The Catholic Church teaches that such acts are always violations of divine and natural law. Tell that to your Pope, bro. I'm not Catholic, but I agree with this. And yeah, tell that to the Pope, please, because he's just been acting really gay as of late. So yeah, that's yeah, Ubisoft going full gay here. All right, so let's go ahead and check some super chats. So, oh, did I get No Hat Pat became a member on YouTube. Thank you so much. Jesse Aaron with the $2 super chat says homo relations is sin. Romans 1:26 through 27. 1 Timothy 1:8 through 10. That is a fact. Thank you for sharing. Smart 8 of 8 with the $4.99 super chat says just wanted to say hi and ask for a shout out. And as I say at the end of my videos, be blessed, keep gaming, and enjoy life. Thank you so much. Shout out to Smart 8 of 8. Thank you. T Dog says, why do you think Dallas bent the knee to the woke mob by putting Black Roman soldiers in season 4 of The Chosen? Also, I'm a single evangelical man. Wink. Thank you so much, T Dog. Dude, all I know is that the people behind The Chosen, they have and if anybody has watches that and enjoys it, good for you. I personally haven't. Like, this isn't the first time that they bent the knee on stuff. They have pride flags on set. The actor who plays John the Baptist is not only just not Christian himself, but he is into Satanism and stuff. Like, he has a short film about Satan. It's a satanic short film that he was bragging about how it did well on Easter. I don't like it. Ara Akbar Go Boom with a $2 super chat says, Yas Kate, more like Yas Queen, am I right? For real. Thunder Turtle with a $4.99 says, Assassin's Creed Shadows just went from a bit gay to full-on creepy degeneracy. Ain't that the truth? Evan Smith with a $19.99 says, my mother and I tried to return to our original church, which has now been infected by this asinine rhetoric. We held my sister's funeral service there prior. This stuff isn't just online, it's everywhere. Disgusting. I'm so sorry about that. And it is. It's like the church has been corrupted, and so many churches are just conforming to society, tickling people's ears, telling them what they want to hear instead of preaching the actual word of God. Doug with the $10 super chat says, I live just north of Dallas. I'm married, so I'm too busy stalking my wife to go to the meetup. Love your content, though, especially your Bible channel. Thank you so much. God bless you and your wife. Audio Garden Slave with a $10 super chat says, I ain't care none about no Assassin's Creed. Played AC3 and liked the ship combat, but still didn't buy Black Flag, which I bet was a really good game. There's a lot of people who love Black Flag. Still waiting for a sequel to The Order 1886. TWU fart. All right, let me make sure if I've got any. I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything on the Rumble side of things. Okay. I'm all good and caught up there. So wait. Saw something in chat I wanted to highlight, but I don't know if I see it. It was funny. Dude, I don't get. Okay, Terry is like really on one right now. He says, call out the evil. Eric supports a lot of people. I never said anything about canceling anyone or about politics. Saska's sisters are that. That was it. And they get a pass. Dude, I think here's what you're missing. Out of me and my content, I'm not going to hop on here and individually attack people or talk about their past or any of that. I broadly talk about how I speak out against sin and all that, but I'm not in the business of just, hey, let me get here and put every sinful person on blast. That's not what I do. And I have no intention of doing that. But yeah, yeah, I'm not going to judge the Saska sisters on their past. Like, well, they get a pass. I'm not going to judge anyone on their past. So, and again, however they're living their life now, I don't make it my business. And if they're living their life counter to the Bible, then I would disagree with that, but I'm not making their life my business. You're saying don't endorse evil. I'm not endorsing evil. It's not complicated unless you have a meetup plan. I mean, I've even long before I've had this meetup planned, I'm just saying the same things I've felt before. But yeah, I'm not. I don't know what you want me to do here. I don't know what your goal is. You want me to hate on the Saska sisters? I'm not going to do that. I don't go after people personally, and I have no reason to go after the Saska sisters. They've been nothing but nice to me. I'm not going to audit their life and their past and all that because it's not my business. Okay. I also want to talk about this because apparently Antonio Brown filed for bankruptcy. Where's okay, let me find a news tab. Oh, because we have this. I know it's mostly gaming and stuff. I know some of y'all aren't into sports, but I'm a Steelers fan. We used to have Antonio Brown. So he files for bankruptcy because he owes like $3 million to 8 creditors. I just think this is insanity. And it does happen a lot. I mean, you do see this a lot with celebrities and athletes and this, that, and the other. But it's just like, how do you have so much money and then you have to file for bankruptcy? Just irresponsible. Just Antonio Brown's tweets go crazy. They do. But so he's had, should I have on this other tab? Because I was pulling up. I was like, what at least was his net worth? And what I pulled up here was Brown claimed his current assets are worth less than $50,000, which I think is probably the most biggest lie of all time, despite making more than $80 million during his playing career. Yeah. And on Jeremy's stream earlier, people are like, well, what was the take home though? What was the the take home of $80 million contracts or contracts totaling an 80 million. It may not have been exactly 80 million, but if it was 8 million, how are you filing for bankruptcy right now? Dude, I don't really have, okay. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about with this stupid drama right here. Now, I call out the bullcrap when I see it. You're calling out people's past and wanting me to cancel people for their past. That's not calling anything as you see it. Now you say Melanie has a meetup with Eric, so she's not going to call him out. Bro, this meetup was only scheduled as of a couple days ago with my involvement in it. I have no intentions of calling out Eric because I support Eric and what he's doing long before I've had this meetup with him. So, yeah, I don't know what you want from me, but you're acting like a little girl right now. Okay. Push-ups with a $2 super chat says you don't want to provoke Melanie mad. Trust me. Push-ups knows. Oh my gosh, on my Tomb Raider streams, I blew up on you. I was so mad. But we're good. I'm not in a Melanie mad mood right now. I'm feeling really chill right now, so I'm not really mad. So you're safe for now. Sudden Strike Gaming Channel with the £1 super chat. Thank you so much. If you're coming to just bash, just leave. Exactly. Like, what do you want, dude? You want to sit here and have gossip? So this is what I don't understand. You're mad that Eric hired people who aren't Christians on his team. So is he only supposed to have a Christian team or something? Like, I don't understand what your thought process is on there. Is YouTube chat causing drama tonight? Hail. Trying, but dude, I swear some people just get in a mood. And that's the thing. If you're going to come after me and be mad that I'm not throwing people under the bus because of their personal lives, or that I'm not canceling people, or that I don't give a crap. It is what it is. There are all kinds of people I'm friends with who live their lives differently than I would. It is what it is. If I were only to be friends with people who had my beliefs, I would, in every way, I would probably have no friends, because nobody has all the exact same opinions on things. Okay, enough of that. Last thing I want to do is turn this into some drama stream and act like a bunch of little girls crying about this person and that person. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So Naughty Dog studio head Neil Druckmann teases his next project as most thrilling yet and could redefine mainstream perceptions of gaming. Which, oh, hold on, I saw. Where is this? Oh, crap, I think I missed. I was going to highlight. Oh, see, trolls just wanted attention. Ignore. Yeah, that's the last I'm saying on that stupid bull crap. Y'all are just, I like, not y'all, but that specific person. I don't turn on my friends. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. So y'all have fun trying to get me to. I don't do that. All right, so he's saying he's going to redefine mainstream perceptions of gaming. I saw Grum's quote tweet on this, which I wish I had that pulled up, was like, let me actually find that. Because he hit the nail on the head with it. Because Neil Druckmann, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He goes, hold on, let me scroll through this. Oh, yeah. He goes, so full on corn. I'll just say corn. Corn scene quick time events now, I swear. Because that's all I know. Neil Druckmann, what he's done with The Last of Us 2, I had no freaking interest. I actually liked The Last of Us 1 enough. I think now, hindsight 2020, when I look at the game, I think it has a lot of elements that I don't like in modern gaming. But there's too much focus on the story element of things and cutscenes and all that kind of crap. The banter between characters, all that, instead of just letting a game be a game. But still was fun, and I liked the story, and I liked Joel a lot in the first one. But oh my gosh, my ear, dude. These things hurt my ears if I wear them too long. They're not built for people with smaller ears. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me hopefully. I think because I wore them a long time today, my ears like, nope. I might have to start using my regular over the ear headphones again. Which is sad because I love these things. They sound great, but oh my goodness, hurts my ears. No, I never got new earbuds. I spent like $200 on these things. I was like, I got like hundreds of bucks to keep throwing on earbuds. But yeah, they do hurt my ears. All right, so He's recently teased his next project as the most thrilling yet. Which, what's going on? Are they working on a Last of Us 3 or aren't they? Which I don't want it if they are. But I just assumed that was the case. And I know they mentioned, I know Neil Druckmann's even mentioned, like, hey, some inspiration with Elden Ring and stuff like that, because it's like, wait a minute, maybe I want to focus on the next game not being too cinematic. I do remember him making some sort of statement more along those lines. And yeah, I actually agree with that. Now, whether I have to say I don't exactly anticipate him delivering something like that, but we'll see, because it seems to be a priority for him to just force his ideologies into the stories and into the narratives, and to put so much of focus on that. So I would be surprised if they did focus on just like an actual compelling gameplay in 2024. No way. All right. So he had an interview with Sony regarding the evolution of storytelling across mediums. Druckmann was asked if he could share a personal vision or dream project he hopes to realize in the future. Druckmann responded, "I've been lucky to work on several dream projects and am currently excited about a new one, which is perhaps the most thrilling yet. There's a growing appreciation for gaming that transcends all age groups, unlike when I was growing up. This shift is highlighted by our venture into television with The Last of Us, which I hoped would bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers." That's the thing, though, is a lot of people who are playing Last of Us aren't even necessarily gamers in general. I call it what you want, but I think that a lot of these AAA games aren't people who play a lot of them. If that's all they're playing, they're not real gamers. I mean, yeah, it depends on which one you're playing, but if you're just playing a game with but yeah, a bunch of casuals. So, oops. Yeah, that's my take on it. Casuals, it's different. So I don't think there's necessarily, oh, we had to bridge this gap. I mean, a lot of people, a huge chunk of people who are in the gaming space right now aren't real gamers. The normies, yes, exactly. Gaming has been bombarded by a bunch of normies who want to pretend like they're gamers, but they're not really. They're not really. They've just infiltrated the hobby. So, the show's success has spotlighted gaming, which I didn't even like the show. This visibility excites me not only for our current project, but for the broader potential of gaming to captivate a global audience. I'm eager to see how this new game resonates, especially following the success of The Last of Us, as it could redefine mainstream perception of gaming. I mean, we'll see. But also, I'm just going to say it's a red flag to me to hear about how it seems like he wants to reach everyone. Oh, I want to like transcend the main audience. We want to have this, we're going to captivate this massive global audience and build the bridge between gamers and non-gamers. Whenever you make a product that doesn't cater to a certain demographic and you're trying to kind of treat it as an umbrella to catch as a catch-all for a bunch of different demographics, then you're really not going to appease anybody. You're going to come out with a very watered down product. So I really like games that focus on their demographic. That's one thing about Soulsborne games, for example. Say what you will about Soulsborne games, if you like them or don't like them, but at least they hard target their demographic. They're making games for their fans. And I like that. I really admire that. I don't like when something just tries to appeal to everybody, because you're going to get something without much substance in that case. So it's unclear what this project is, and Druckmann, Naughty Dog, and Sony have been mum about it. In fact, Druckmann told comicbook.com in January 2023 that announcing Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us Part 2 was detrimental to the company, especially its employees' work-life balance. He informed the outlet, "You're right, we did announce Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us Part 2 way in advance, but that actually caused a little bit of the work-life balance issues that we've sometimes had at the studio. By delaying that announcement a bit, we could play with the schedule more, and we're more conscious Now, about how we're approaching production. So there's our Last of Us multiplayer project, and there's another project that I will not say anything about that's beyond that we're also very much excited for, okay? I thought that they canceled the Last of Us multiplayer project. Uh, Interesting. It's clear this new game will be a brand new endeavor. In fact, Druckmann discussed the creative freedom that Sony provides the company in his interview with the company. One important aspect, not directly linked to production or Sony Interactive Entertainment's technology, is the creative freedom that the company provides. You have to take risk to find new ideas that connect with audiences. And even though Uncharted was a chart topping success, it was important for our studio to innovate again with a new franchise like The Last of Us. Okay. Many companies would insist on sticking to profitable franchises, but SIE's culture and philosophy empower us to pursue new ideas. Art requires risk. I mean, I do like new ideas. I do like risk. I do like something that's not continuing the regular formula of things over and over. I mean, if you really unpack it and you think about even the move from Uncharted to The Last of Us, I wouldn't necessarily call that a huge innovation because while there are different settings and on the surface like different, they very much still follow much of the same formula of, okay, these are mostly cinematic experiences. This is going to be the main focus, is the cinematic experience of it all, and the cutscenes, the characters bantering with one another, the cover combat, all this and that. So yeah, is it really going to be that innovatively different when you compare those two? That definitely wasn't the case. So we'll see what he means by um, his new project. Druckmann previously discussed this upcoming project with Logic back in February. He said, even working on this new game, and it's really ambitious, parts of it really hard, but I've really kind of surrendered to knowing it's going to be really hard, knowing it's going to stress members of the team out. I mean, just please let it be ambitious for the right reasons in terms of gameplay and what you're going to be able to do in the game. Because if it's ambitious in the fact that, oh, um, we're really going to push this with the mocap, with the story, with the emotional, this, that, or the other, then I don't give a crap. Um, so yeah. Let's go ahead and check some super chats. Well, hold on, let me make sure. I'm gonna check the Rumble side first. Rumble rants. Oh, Lone Wolf 126 became a monthly supporter on Rumble. Thank you so much. Um, Lone Wolf 126 with a $2 says, sorry, they said over his career. So it's not all at one time. I did not see the second section, but still. Oh, I think I'm missing a part one. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh, he's talking about Antonio Brown. Lone Wolf with a $10 says 2.9 million. How do you end up with that much debt? There's no way he makes enough to cover that. Yeah, he definitely doesn't anymore. That's the thing is I don't understand, but you'll see a lot of people, especially really young, who find themselves in situations where they come across a bunch of coin. I think a lot of them don't realize how difficult it is to make a lot of money. And so whenever they find themselves in situations that they think that it's just going to, oh, okay, it's going to be that easy to do it again. And so Camelot. Hi, Camelot. I hope you're well also. Um, but yeah, I don't understand it. A lot of these kids that aren't used to making money and they don't know how hard it is to actually genuinely make money, they stumble on a lot of it. In this case, Antonio Brown with being an athlete and all that. And then they just spend so much of it because they think, oh, okay, I'm just going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. And I've seen YouTubers do the same thing where they get, man, I saw this a lot like in 2015. So near 10 years ago, I saw this a lot. I mean, I've been doing content creation since, well, technically started, well, I didn't go full time into it until 2013, but I started it like late 2009, early 2010. But I started content creation like not for any money. I wasn't getting paid or anything. It was just, oh, this is fun. But as I started doing it as a career and stuff, it's like I have seen people I've seen some people. Now I wasn't the type that got my following overnight like that. It took time and it was a progression thing. Um, but I've seen some other peers in the content creation space who just suddenly got some sort of fame overnight almost. And so when they were making a bunch of money, they were spending it on they assume that whatever they're making in that minute because they went viral and maybe they hit 1 million YouTube subs or whatever, then they think that they're always going to keep making that much money. And the reality of it is, as a content creator, that's not the case for most people. So, yeah, I would just say to anybody who stumbles on or you have a successful year or whatever it is, or you make a lot of money in 1 year, you still got to be safe with it. You always have to be forward thinking of, hey, this could be a very temporary time in my life where I'm making this much money. Let me be responsible with it. I don't get the people who are just buying all this expensive stuff right out the gate, and then all of a sudden they don't like these same with these YouTubers. All of a sudden they're they don't stay relevant and they can't live the same. They've already been buying all this expensive stuff, and so then once their YouTube channel goes down or whatever, then they have nothing to show for it because they already spent all their money. And yeah, I just it's crazy to see. Okay, let's see. We've got Evan Smith with the $9.99 says, a quote I love is, when you stand before God, you cannot say, but I was told by others to do thus, or virtue was not convenient at the time. This will not suffice. Exactly. And yeah, the Bible says we're not with excuse. We have no excuse when it comes to Judgment Day. So seek Jesus. Michael Demure with the $4.99 says, this is random. Did dental aligners really relieve your TMJ? What else did you do? Also, Antonio Brown was sick before he lost his mind. I swear, he's wild. Yeah, I've had Invisalign for a couple of years. It straightened my teeth because they weren't like super crooked, but they were a bit, and I had an overbite, which I still have a little bit of an overbite, but had terrible TMJ from it. But it did definitely help. I wouldn't say it completely fixed it. There are sometimes I will still have issues with my TMJ. But I haven't lately. There's different like treatments and stuff you can pursue for TMJ. I was getting injections in the muscle to help relax the muscle to keep the TMJ at bay, but I went like 4 years without getting any of that anymore just because I just don't like that kind of stuff. I prefer to always be as holistic as possible. But yeah, I went like 4 years without any TMJ treatments, and then it just had I had a really bad TMJ flare up some months ago and had TMJ treatments again. But my goal is to hopefully be able to go another 4 years without having to do that. BC with the $4.99 says, ever hear the song Chun-Li by Nicki Minaj? Some of it makes no sense, but hey, I've been North, Lara Bancroft, plates say Chun-Li, drop the pencil. I think I've heard like a little bit of those lyrics and stuff off TikTok or whatever, but I don't really listen to hip hop or rap for the most part. TMJ hurt, I swear it's awful. Mouth guard can help. Yeah, I just wear a retainer at night anyway because to keep my teeth straight anyway, but is TMJ when your jaw pops randomly? That can be a symptom of it. It's jaw pain. A lot of people will like grind their teeth and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not particularly a Nicki Minaj fan. Did I make somebody mad in chat? I must have missed it. Oh, thank you, Camelot. You're so nice. Who mad? I don't know. Because somebody was saying, if you don't like what Melly did, leave chat. So I don't know. Somebody's mad at me in chat. All right, let's see. We've got Midnight Strike with the $2 super chat says, what's modern gaming now was fresh in 2013. Exactly. And that's what I think a lot of people fail to forget. And because some people are like, what do you mean? Didn't you like this back then? Didn't you like that back then? And it was like, yeah, I used to like a lot more stuff. Like, even the Tomb Raider 2013 gameplay and stuff, like I was a lot more open to it at that time. Or even like The Last of Us, the original, all that, because it was different for that time. But now I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that formula. It feels like we took a detour from gaming and focused too much on stories. And I'm ready for gaming to actually be gaming again. Tevin with the $10 super chat says, gaming was better when it was looked down upon. Also, the people that say that men are the problem with gaming forget that historically gaming has catered to men since video games has existed. Exactly. I think that that gaming was better whenever we were made fun of for it. But now that it's gone so mainstream, being a streamer has been so glamorized, all this, that, and the other, it has brought in a bunch of the most bad faith actors imaginable. So yeah, Old Renaissance Boomer gifted 10 Melanie Mac Go Boom memberships on YouTube. If you got a membership from Old Renaissance Boomer, please tell him thank you. How generous of you. Thank you so much. Zach with the $2 says, is Tomb Raider Legend the best Tomb Raider? No, not even close. Aesthetically, it looks great, but I would consider it one of the worst because it's a giant baby down play school Tomb Raider game. It just looks good, but the gameplay is so freaking baby down. It's stupid. It is the most handholdy, easy. It's like if your little toddler, a little kid wants to play Tomb Raider, but they're not good enough to play it, then you let them play Tomb Raider Legend. That's my opinion on that. Thunder Turtle says, if you voiced a Ninja Turtle character, what animal would you be? And what would you be called? Oh, I would want to be a bat. I want to be a cute little bat. And I follow and I just keep an eye on the turtles and watch what they do and just admire their skills. And I would be called, what would I be called? I don't know. Something to do with the bat. That would be fun. Magna Defender says, journalist, Coof isn't over. Mask up. Normal people, you said that for 4 years. Journals, trust me, bro. People, we have the who cares variant. Exactly. Baby bat. Yes, I will just be the cute baby bat. We've got the lore all figured out. Oh, somebody got timed out. Oh, I know, dude. For not moving on from a subject that all that drama, I don't give a crap about freaking drama. I'm not here to hate on other content creators and stuff. Okay, so I'm all caught up with that. And we got Bird Up with the $10 super chat says, gaming was at its best when the story was told on the back of the box and the manual, and the game itself just dropped you straight into the stage one with little to no setup. Those were good times. And where the game would play out, like the story would play out in the game. You know? That's better time. Oh, speaking of, let's keep talking about Tomb Raider for a second while we're on this. Okay, so speaking of, let's look at what we have here. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered was positively received and performed above management expectations. Embracer Group has announced the classic Tomb Raider series helped boost revenue from new releases to SEK 692 million in quarter 4, an increase of 27%. Is that year over year? So that's huge. So here's what I said on the matter. I said, we were told for years that there is no market for classic Lara Croft. Now we get to watch the remasters exceed all expectations and deliver huge profits, something Crystal Dynamics have never achieved in nearly 20 years with the franchise. Gamers love classic Tomb Raider. Stop trying to change it. This has been it. We have been begging Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix to make Tomb Raider remasters, faithful Tomb Raider remasters, for years and years and years and years, and they would never do it. They refuse to do it. And I am of the strong opinion that the reason why, and there's always been this narrative of, oh, but classic Tomb Raider won't sell, but classic Lara Croft won't sell. That was so much of the pushback that we got when we said, bet, try it, do it. So much of the pushback we got from people was just, oh, but they wouldn't sell. Nobody would buy. Oh, they're so outdated. No, read them and weep. They were a success. And this is the thing, is you don't need these massive budget, Hollywood-esque Tomb Raider games, Tomb Raider, that is only Tomb Raider in name and not in gameplay, not real Lara Croft, all that kind of stuff, these overdramatic stories, blah, blah, blah. They're pouring these massive budgets into that, when instead, in this case, you've done a much smaller budget project, and they are reaping the rewards. It is selling incredibly well, just like we've been trying to say. But this goes against everything Crystal Dynamics have been pushing for Tomb Raider. Crystal Dynamics think that Lara Croft is some misogynistic character. They have to change her. They have to update her for modern times. Not only did they change her appearance and make her look completely different, but now she's not a Tomb Raider anymore. Now she's returning artifacts to demons because, oh, we have to respect the demons and they own this. I'm not a thief. I don't steal artifacts. She's no longer an actual Tomb Raider. She is now just an archaeologist who seeks truth. It has just gotten wild, and we've got new projects in the works with the next game that mainline game that Crystal Dynamics has been working on. So we know at minimum $100 million budget, probably way more than that, especially given the development time that this has been under for years and years and years now. I mean, the last mainline game was in 2018. So yeah, there's that. Then there's like the Netflix series animation. They're working with Amazon for a TV show, for a movie. They're working with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, so it's going to be cringe. It's going to be terrible. So no, I don't think Tomb Raider is in good hands right now. I think what it's going to have to take is, here's the thing though, is for us classic fans, the performance that we've seen demonstrated from the remasters and how successful that they have been, that works in our case. And I think that there's always in the situation that we're in right now, since Embracer purchased Tomb Raider, I think there's a small glimmer of hope that Embracer can say, hey, look how the classic stuff sold well, but once the new stuff comes out and it doesn't meet expectations, because let's be real, it won't. Hopefully they just fire Crystal Dynamics altogether, stick with doing remastered content, and if they want to, whatever else they want to do after remastered content, kind of stick to the roots of Tomb Raider. You don't have to do these $100 million plus elaborate emotional stories, Hollywood-esque stories, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I'd love new adventures in the same, keep it up with the old school engine, all that. I would love that. Okay. Looks like Jay Crabtree. He's been working really hard on the modding duties today. Thank you for that. All right, so Old Renaissance Boomer with the $10 super chat says, died laughing at your guest stream comment about rainbow bee plugs. Do you dislike over ear? Oh, where was that? Oh, was that last? I think that was almost a year ago on Side Scrollers. Or, yeah, I think that was last year on Side Scrollers when I made that comment. Do you dislike over-ear Audio Technica are really comfortable even over hours? I use a pair of Sennheiser for editing. I have over-ear Audio Technica headphones. I love them, but I don't know. Sometimes I just really like wired earbuds a lot. But these ones hurt my ears, so I either gotta find ones that don't or just go back to my Audio Technicas. I think it's Audio Technica. Where did I put? Yeah, I think it is. Elsid Barrett with the $10 Canadian says, "What is your post-apocalyptic slash apocalypse slash bug out vehicle of choice?" Oh, a bicycle? I don't know. Something I can use without having to rely on fuel, but uh, I'm just gonna go with like a mountain bike and go completely in the woods and be away from civilization. Let's go with that. Uh, UN8 or un un under underrated. Okay. I'm trying. With a $10 super chat says, "Did you ever play WoW or StarCraft back in the day? If so, did you like those games?" I've dabbled in StarCraft, but not a whole lot. I liked Terran. Um, and with World of Warcraft, yeah, I did play a reasonable amount of World of Warcraft. I like the old school WoW. I really like I really like the battlegrounds and arenas. That's what's the most fun thing for me. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Holy moly.
Thank you very much.
Am I reading that right? $499? KCZ7 says, "Have a lovely weekend. Stay blessed and stay golden." Thank you so much. You're amazing. Oh my goodness. The Wombo super chat. This it looks like the Jeep fund is actually a thing now. At this rate, I might actually be able to get the Jeep truck of my dreams. Thank you so much. You're so amazing. It's so generous of you. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let me just double check on the Rumble Rant side of things and then we'll continue. Let me make sure. I think yeah. Got one more Rumble Rant. Seriously, you're like 14 chats away from cheap. I'm getting there. Okay, we've got mods working hard today. That's one thing we've got. Smile Joker Smile with a $5 Rumble Rant says, "Now I want to create a bat character that's half retarded and call it Slonar." That is cute. I love it. What? I see. Oh, wait, that's not on YouTube. Okay, I was making sure. Yes, thank you, mods. By mods, it's J Crabtree. J Crabtree. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce your username. I know we go way back, and I'm talking like I'm talking super mod. He has just been very helpful with all of this for a while now. He also does the captions on my Bible streams or Bible time videos. So big, huge thank you for that. All right, now let's look at this, wait, where's the community note? I thought this had a community note. This is okay. With approximately 80 billion, what's CCE? With approximately 80 billion CCE, Microsoft is preparing an offer of 16 billion for Valve. No stock, all cash. And I'm like, please no, they would ruin it. For real, please no. We have Ali RX here. He says Microsoft buying Valve would ultimately kill Steam's Linux support. Future Steam Decks would have Windows instead of Steam OS, and Proton compatibility would be dead. And with Windows 11 implementing spyware AI, I do not want that. For real, this would just be an utter nightmare. It would be a huge devastation for PC gamers because my goodness. Oh, it's USD. Crypto? What does that mean, though? I'm just a girl, y'all. But yeah, that would be a nightmare. I can't even imagine, because what we're already seeing from Microsoft in general is, look at what they're doing with a lot of their, first of all, they are just so, DEI, this inclusion, representation, all of that kind of stuff. But look at what they're also, when it comes to I don't know. I just feel like all of this, I feel like everything that they would be managing with Steam, I don't trust it. Think about, like, Steam feels a lot more free. Not that it's perfect, but it does seem a lot more free from the regular confines of what we're seeing in a lot of things with, like, super strict policies with, like, hate speech and this and that and the other. Steam just feels more free with that. So I don't know. I mean, I think when it comes to actual game censorship and stuff, Sony is worse than Microsoft. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the case. So I guess it could be worse, like if Sony were trying to buy them or whatever, but I don't know. I just feel like Steam feels a lot more for gamers by gamers. You know what I mean? And we're just, yeah. It's just different. It's a different culture as well. I feel like the gaming culture on Steam and PC gamers, it's different. It's a lot different. Now, I know it's not as mainstream, I should say. But there is a lot more crossover nowadays with some mainstream, with people trying to hop in on it. But yeah, it definitely feels like a whole different breed of gamers. So only as long as Gaben is running it. Yeah, but I don't know if I would trust that. It just feels like everything Microsoft has touched lately has just unalived. So, yes, Sony. Oh, hold on. I barely use my Steam. Oh, I love Steam. What was, I saw a comment I was wanting to highlight. Oh yeah. Sony and Microsoft both in on woke globalism. I know. I just feel like they're so neck deep in all that. So I don't know. I just don't trust it. I do not trust it. Bird up with the $5 says Steam is the Wild West of indie gaming. Microsoft would end it with their content policies. I agree with that. I just don't trust it. So remember when they bought Skype? Did Microsoft really buy Skype? Is that why it failed? Because people used to use Skype all the time. Now I don't know anybody who uses Skype. Everybody's using Zoom calls or Discord. Do I take Lara in the car so I can drive in the carpool lane? I do not. I'd be scared I would damage my Lara Croft statue. They did buy Skype. Oh, see, I didn't even remember that. No wonder. We got Lone Wolf 126 with a $10 Rumble rant says, I am very concerned as a Steam user, having seen how Microsoft is so woke now and slowly destroying the gaming studios they purchased. It's been awful. I think it's time to focus. Gaming needs to focus on what these game companies and all that, they need to focus on the way things used to be, where it's like, focus on the games, focus on the gamers, make games for gamers, not just trying to be all mainstream and using these monumental budgets for stuff. Make games fun. Make games fun again. Focus on the actual gamers. We've got Daramuth with the $2 Rumble rant says, hope you are having a great night. Melanie Mac, have a great Memorial weekend, everyone. Thank you. And PowerCat Greg rated the stream on Rumble. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so I got that. So Microsoft bought Skype in 2011. Oh, wow. Way back then? Yeah, Skype is definitely unalived and buried. Gosh, ain't that the truth? All right, so there is another thing I saw, not related to gaming right now. I mean, I guess it kind of is now that all these politics and ideologies have infiltrated gaming. I guess you could say this is still on point. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Vadi Bakum. He's a pastor. I'm not affiliated with him in any way, but I do like his sermons. So he's been speaking out a lot lately against the alphabet mafia and the movement, alphabet movement and all that. So
the God who created.
I like this video that he made here. So let us just give this a listen real quick, and then I'll share more of my commentary.
Created the world on purpose and with a purpose. And the only way that things function rightly is if things function in accordance with God's plan in his creation. So we have to start with God, and we have to start with his creation. We have to see ourselves from that perspective so that we're not looking inward for answers. Because if I'm looking inward, then my answer is going to be different from your answer. The answer today is going to be different than the answer tomorrow. And what satisfies me in the moment may be something that is impure, unhealthy, dangerous, or even deadly.
So well said. Oh my goodness. I feel like society needs to hear this so bad with everything that's going on with society and especially within the church, how it has been hijacked. And just being a Bible believing Christian gets you called a bigot. And so one thing that has been difficult to navigate and that I've tried to figure out in my own, I guess, like political side of things. I'm not like super political, but when I try to think about it, I've always been like, okay, so I have my beliefs as a Christian, but then I also don't want to force my beliefs. And so there was always that trying to have a balance there. But one thing that I've learned, and because I've always tried to have more of a live and let live attitude, like, okay, well, one thing I've learned through reading the Bible more and reading through First and Second Kings, for example, is that the kings who lived more of a live and let live with that kind of mentality. So even if they were Christian, like, or even if they were on God's side, if they were following God and all this kind of stuff, but they weren't doing what he said with destroying the idols, the astral poles, and putting a stop to the shrine prostitutes, which was the male prostitutes were a really prevalent thing back then. So the ones who didn't put a stop to those things still suffered, still had issues going on with society. And it was Israel prospered whenever their king would follow the Lord and whenever he would be obedient and put an end to those practices. And so that made me really realize that, hey, wait a minute, our society in America, we're not going to be a prosperous country if we just have a live and let live attitude. If things are not like God, like just what Vadi was saying here on this video, God created the world, God created the universe, and God created a system in which that works. And so whenever you go against God and you go against God's design and you start accepting that, then society is not going to prosper. It's just not. So as much as this live and let live attitude sounds so great, it doesn't work like that. If we keep accepting sin and we keep affirming sin, then society is only going to struggle as a result. We've seen the slippery slope in action going on with this whole alphabet mafia, this, that, and the other. It didn't even take long for things to go so extreme to where they are now, to where actual children are being mutilated and indoctrinated into this whole ideology. And so, yeah, it's so important for us as Christians to stand firm in the word of God, stand firm in, fight against this stuff. That's why some people don't like it if I say, like, hey, I think pornography should be banned, for example. A lot of people don't like that. Oh, but, whatever they want to. Dude, this stuff is corrupting society. It just is. So yeah, I do think it should be banned. So, and so on and so forth. So look at how the feminist movement has encouraged women to be promiscuous. And by encouraging women to be promiscuous, that's also making men be more promiscuous as well, because it's giving men this access to that. But when people are doing all these hookups, and when people are in sexual relations outside of marriage, that goes against God's design, and it causes a lot of trouble. Now look at what the dating pool is like. People are struggling with dating in general. Well, the whole dating pool has been corrupted by a lot of this hookup culture and all of that the feminists helped pioneer. So yes, I agree with this. Has decayed our society. It has. Hookup culture, pornography, all of this other stuff going on, made up genders and all these sexualities, all of that. It is hurting society. So we need to keep our eyes on the way that on God's design, and honoring God with our bodies, honoring God with, and that's part of that is you're hurting yourself. You're only hurting yourself when you go against what God's design and what it is and what God's plan is. So yeah. And so I said AI chicks are about to blow up. This is not a good thing. This is a whole other level of degeneracy as well. So yeah, we as a society need to keep our eyes on God and put our focus on God, not affirming or live and let living these degenerate lifestyles and stuff that will only hurt society. Sure, call with the $10 says I'm missing your regular readings. Gonna have to call the channel Bible sometimes. I've been doing it at least once a week. Used to for a bit there. I was reading every single day on the channel. I would like to be able to do that again. It's just I have a lot that I'm balancing, and there's only, yeah, I get overwhelmed. I get very overwhelmed. So right now I'm doing the best I can with what time I have, and balancing my own family time, seeing my niece and nephew, unplugging from the internet sometimes, because yeah, it can be very overwhelming otherwise. But yeah. John Mondragon with the $9.99 says, Suki, Ling Ling, so mad. She no love me long time. Ping pong, bing bong, frive Doro. Thank you. Thunder Turtle, the $4.99 says, I'm going to buy some of Vadi Bachum's old audiobooks. This new one wasn't on there. Do you know any good ones? Yeah, his new book, It's Not Like Being Black, that comes out sometime next month. I already pre-ordered it. I haven't read or listened to any of his other books, though, so I wouldn't be able to give you any input on that. But I think Vadi Bachum's a great pastor. So if you happen to read something or get an audiobook that's good and you want to suggest it to me, let me know. CJ with the $5 super chat says, I appreciate you pushing back against this satanic ideology. The lack of pushback is what led to society's morals degrading to where it is. Exactly. And it's the point to where it's like, oh, if you don't affirm this sin, if you don't affirm these ideologies, then you're a bigot, and people are scared to speak out. And that's all the more reason why I just feel compelled to do what I do and speaking against all this stuff, because a lot of people are scared too. So, hey, if I'm me and the bunch of people who are with me on this, maybe we can make make more people feel more comfortable and say, hey, you know what? You're not alone in this. You don't have to put up with this stuff. Sean McCone with a $10 super chat says, nothing, mic drop. Thank you so much. John with the $9.99 says, are you a Calvinist as well? Come to the Reform side. I wouldn't say I'm Calvinist, but I wouldn't say that I completely write off the Calvinist belief. That's something over the past probably year and a half that I've been trying to like hear out the Calvinist side of things. And for those who are, I'm not even super, I can't speak on Calvinist belief on everything because I don't know it all, but just from my understanding of it is like, I know one big distinction between Calvinist and not Calvinist is that the Calvinist belief is that people don't have free will and that anybody who goes to heaven is basically hand chosen by God. Yeah, it's a big discussion. And I don't know all of the whole beliefs that are associated with Calvinism, but I know that's one of the big things. That's the thing that I'm trying to learn for myself is that where is the line between free will and not free will? Because we do see in the Bible example of like, for example, God hardened Pharaoh's heart. We do see, for example, God interfering and with things that are going on. Now, there's different discussion about that. Like, well, God knew what he was going to do anyway. So then God used this for his purpose and so on and so forth. But it's something I've been wanting to research more to get a better idea about. I do know that there is some biblical backing for God saying, hey, you didn't choose me, I chose you. So there are things that's why I am open to seeing y'all's side of things and seeing where I guess at the end of the day, I just want the truth. I just want the biblical truth. So I will research different side of things. And that's what I've been in the process of. So I definitely don't think I have all the answers, but something I'm looking into and praying about. Troy News with the $2 super chat says Lady Wisdom in Proverbs 8:32 through 36. Proverbs 8:32 through 36. Let's read it in NLT. And so, my children, listen to me, for all who follow my ways are joyful. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Don't ignore it. Joyful are those who listen to me, watching me daily at my gates, waiting for me outside my home. For whoever finds me finds life and receives favor from the Lord. But those who miss me injure themselves. All who hate me love death. There we go. Where is... Oh, here we go. Hold on. Let me make sure on the last bit of chat. I was curious to know what some chat was going to say about it. Yeah, because Slender here says we were pre-chosen, Ephesians 1:4 through 6. Exactly. I mean, there is a point to that. Ephesians 1:4 through 6. For he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight in love. He predestined us for adoption to sonship through Jesus Christ in accordance with his pleasure and will, to the praise of his glorious grace, which he has freely given us in the one he loves. And I'm telling you this, I got to admit, like when I read stuff like that, it's the most humbling thing because I think, oh my gosh, like I didn't do nothing to deserve this. You know what I mean? It's just so humbling. It's like, wow. So yeah, I still have a lot I want to learn about that whole fine line between free will and not and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, yeah, I mean it's very humbling. Are you for or against large churches? I mean, it depends on the church. I know a lot of super churches are corrupt, some of those super big ones, but maybe not all of them. So anyway, let me make sure I didn't miss any. Okay. All right. So let me check out. Okay. Erin with the $5 super chat says the woke have no issues with pushing their values on society. As Christians, we should proudly stand up for superior values. I agree. We should. We should. John with the $4.99 says that is a huge misconception. We absolutely do have free will. Well, we believe in predestination because Jesus taught it. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry for misunderstanding you there. I'll look into it more. Moth Base with the 1999 says, love Bible time and all your other content. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Rebecca with the $2 says, have you checked out Paul Washer and Justin Peters? I don't think so. Paul Washer. No. Let's see. Justin Peters. No, I don't think I've heard of either of them. Maybe. I'll have to check them out. Oh my goodness! Ah! Another Wombo! Oh my goodness.
Thank you very much.
500. I don't even know how to react to the 500s. Oh my gosh. Hey Mel, keep up the great work. Millions love you. I don't know about millions, but thank you. They're just too scared to express it. Aw, thank you. Someone beat me to the 500. Good job. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You guys have been so supportive. There, the Jeep Truck Fund. It's happening. Gosh, I'm like seriously considering getting a Jeep truck. I would love one, but I'm very careful, very, very careful with money. So I just want to make sure, because I think that's a big expense. I would trade in my car and that would help, but still, I don't know. I'm just very, very careful with all that. All right, CJ with the $10 says a lot of Christians mistake being nice and accepting of everything is virtuous. It is not. Following the word is what is virtuous. Amen. Following the word, not the world. Sorry. But yes, you are correct there. Remdog with the $5 super chat says when Jesus said whosoever, he meant whosoever. I am neither Calvinist nor Arminian. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me make sure on the Rumble side I'm not missing anything. Lone Wolf says Vadi Balcom is super based. I wish more ministers were like him. He is super based. I absolutely love his preaching. Boozer 20 with the $11 Rumble rant says I'm pretty new to the show, but you bring a unique perspective and it's refreshing. Oh, thank you. It's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, because we have Tom Berry saying I'm neither Calvinist nor Arminian too. I don't know. I don't even know what the big differences between all that is. Yeah, I just follow the Bible as closely as possible. That's all I know. But I am always open to seeing other, like if there's different denominations, different beliefs and stuff like that within the faith, and if they do have biblical backing or at least are trying to, I'll hear it out. Because the last thing I think is that I have all the answers. I know I don't. So, hey, as long as if something's in the Bible and you want me to read something in the Bible, I'll read it and I will be completely open to, hey, am I wrong about this or am I wrong about that? Totally fine with that. Mac doesn't need all the answers. She just needs a Jeep. That's the dream. But I just want to make sure, because like I said on Jeremy's stream, I have never in my life had a car just out of, this is the car I want. Like when I got my last car it's one I'm still driving right now, in 2017, it was all about, okay, what is the most affordable, reliable economy car that I can drive for a long time? And that was my thought. And I love the car, Honda Fit. I love it. I think it's cute. But I've never bought a car like this is a car I want. So I really want a Jeep Gladiator. But I'm gonna be I want to be smart. Because it's not a need, it's a want. So yeah, I would trade in the Honda Fit if I get it, because I don't need 2 vehicles. But we'll see. I'll think about it. I want to be responsible. President Snow with the $10 super chat says, I love Paul Washer, but have you listened to Gene Kim? His channel is called Real Bible Believers. Here is the best sermon I've heard on Calvinism. Ooh, I'll have to look that up. Gene Kim. That sounds familiar. Oh, he doesn't look familiar though. Let's see. Oh, I think I've subscribed to him on YouTube. He has that board behind him. I am. Now I've seen him say some stuff though that sounded insane to me, but maybe it wasn't. But I've also seen some other stuff that's like, whoa, this is on point. This makes a lot of sense. But okay, let me see if I can highlight, or can I copy that? Crap. Let's see. Watch equal. I'm just going to manually type this. Equals 5 HUAST. Let's hope I typed that right. Oh, there it is. So, does God love Calvinism? Okay, it's like an hour. I will definitely listen to that. I'm curious to see the perspective there. Thank you so much. John with the $4.99 says James White is the leading scholar of Calvinism in our time. Interesting. Okay, well, let me check really quick on the Rumble side of things. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I'm not. All right, well, what a great, fun stream. With that, I'm gonna get ready to call it for the night. But let's see. For that, Tevin Crow Talk with the $20 super chat says a smidgen more for your fun. Though be careful, because Jeep existing within the Euro part spin through the Stellantis, you'll have some quirks, but overall Jeep / Chrysler / Dodge has gotten better with reliability since 90s. Thank you. You're so kind. Sure Call with the $20 says, did you ever end up reading the Greek word ionios by John Wesley Hansen, written in 1875? He argued that a more accurate translation of the original Greek New Testament text supports a doctrine of universal salvation. Universal salvation? That sounds sus to me, not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, people are saying get the Jeep. We'll see. I'll at least think about it. I'll think about it for but we'll see. Maybe this time next week I'll know for sure if I'm gonna get one or not. I'll figure out, okay, I'm gonna get one or I'm not gonna get one. Time to move on. Stick with the Honda Fit. We'll see. But yeah. Yeah, that sounds sus to me, but what do you mean by universal salvation? That's what I want to know. Universally given, not accepted. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about, because the Bible is very clear. Narrow is the gate. There most people aren't going to heaven. Drunk 3PO gifted 5 Go Boom memberships. Hi, Jay. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Aw. All right. Well, okay. Let me make sure one last time I'm not missing anything. Oh, I think I closed the Rumble chat. So if there's any Rumble rants, let me know so I can give those a shout out for next time, that if I missed any. Thank you all so much. I am going to have a fun holiday weekend with my family and hopefully see my niece and nephew and all that good stuff. Thank you all. Much love. I really look forward to seeing y'all again live here for next week. If you're not following me on Rumble, please do that just in case. I mean, YouTube, I'm still good with them, but there's always a chance that YouTube could deplatform me at any moment. So please make sure you're following me on Rumble if you're not already. I would really appreciate that. So have a good night. Love you all. Bye.